background or even your hometown inspire your songwriting? Wow, absolutely. Don't overdo it though. Absolutely. I mean, if you're looking for inspiration to draw from, what we can rely on is where we've been. We can't count on where we're going for songwriting inspiration. We can use our imaginations, and that's a great thing. But if we're looking for a sure thing, and if we're missing some content and some lyrical content for sure, what better than to draw from our own experiences, and especially from our background and our hometown, our upbringing, our childhood. You can even take it in steps. Think of your life in blocks, and work either backwards, from now, or work from the embryonic stages perhaps, and think of the progress. It might be that when you were a baby in a pram, you can remember one thing. Why not find a great way to put that in a song? And then beyond that, of course, you've got those formative years when you're making friendships and your personality's coming out, and you remember events, good and bad. And then we've got those tricky years when it comes to high school and all the crazy emotions we go through in our environments at high school and that age group. What we liked and didn't like, and what we stood up for, and in our own little private mess at the time. What better than to draw from where we've been? It's highly recommended, and it's always a great ace up the sleeve for any situation, even if you just use something from your own experience and your past, and interpret it in a different way for where you're at with your song. There's got to be something hanging there that you can draw from. So most definitely. And as part two of that sort of topic on writing, is our hometown or our background or where we come from important in our songwriting? The answer I've given, sure, there's lots of ways it can be amazingly helpful to draw from where we come from. Now, if we're going to write a song specifically about our hometown or where we come from, I think I started by saying don't overdo it. There are a million songs written about our hometown, where we come from. And how do we make ours great? What's our point of difference? We don't want to just make another one that sounds really similar to what someone else has already done. If we want to make a difference, we've got to be different. So what can we do in a song like that about our hometown? Often it's something that draws out some really powerful emotions in us, and that, again, good and bad, and some that are some emotions that are neither good nor bad, but are just memories that we're fond of, or that we just recollect. Sometimes you remember things years after the fact. I would suggest that if you want to make a difference with a song about your hometown, it's the simple and small things and powerful, tiny things in life that often go unspoken, but they really mean a lot to us. For example, okay, off the cuff, my grandmother died a few years ago, and since then I've found a handwritten note from her, and I can't remember it word for word right now, but I know that the fact that I found a handwritten note from my amazing grandmother, who's no longer with us, it's meant so much to me. Those kinds of things, those are really powerful memories. And again, there are areas we can go into in our past that we might not want to necessarily because it wasn't a good time. There's still stuff there, there's still treasure there in the darker corners of our past, even though it's hidden in the dark corners, in the deep, dark oceans of our past. It's still treasure. However we use that in song is another matter, but there are some powerful ways to draw from your past. And if you do want to write the definitive song about your home or your hometown, I would actually suggest that there are lots of songs in you, and you just have to find different ways of saying what you want to say, so that the songs are not the same song over and over again. Find different angles, find different viewpoints, write these songs from different perspectives, and definitely use that treasure trove of memories, and of sometimes memories that you might have to dig a little further for. And when it comes to practical advice on writing a song about your hometown, just avoid what's already been said. Avoid the choruses you've already heard about the hometown. Avoid the language that's already been used about the farm someone grew up on or the street someone grew up on. Find your own language. Be musical, be colourful, and look for other options if you don't feel like it's the best way you could possibly say it at the time. Grab some more options. There are always multiple choices when we're doing this beautiful craft, and avoid saying what's already been said. Sure, you can reference some songs like that for your, for inspiration, and you might be missing some components that you feel, they've done that well, and I would like to do that too. How can I say that with my language? But there's because it's coming from us. How much more equipped could we be? That's not coming from someone else. All we'd have to do is find a beautiful way of saying it and not settle for second best. I like songs about people's hometowns, and I like it when they're done differently and beautifully and powerfully, and when they're engaging and dynamic, and when they move me.
It'll be too soon. Thought I had a real good friend, but you drifted way out of tune. And everybody told me so. I should have listened.